Finally, back on the most beautiful island in the world. Sadly, without my lovely wife though, she couldn't make it to the ferry. 2 or 3 of you have probably seen the video back then and might remember that I walked exactly this path back then because it was for the very same reason as this time, which is building up the tents over there in that campsite. And we've been really productive already, pitched a lot of tents, and now we're actually blessed with pretty few clouds.
Blauer Himmel ist fast ein bisschen zu wenig Wolken.
Or what am I saying? Barely enough clouds.
Und wirken gerade so genug Wolken. Aber halt
but also with a beautifully setting sun. And I can't really put my finger to it, but the light just seems that bit more special here. Now I'm not sure if we can actually make it, because the sun's pretty low already. But we'll try to make it to the beach by sunset. So thank you for tuning in, sit back and enjoy the video. This constant back and forth running to place the camera somewhere and grab some B-roll. Yeah, I know. And this is all for. I'm doing this all for you.
Das sieht sehr danach aus.
So it actually looks like we're gonna make it barely just before the sun finally drops below the horizon. I've got no real clue of what I want to photograph actually, but I'm happy that we can make it. And just like that, she's handing me her beer. That's quite dangerous. I'll have a small bit. Oh, you need to drink faster, then things go stale.
That's her happy face.
I think I need to take a shot from here already. I always love when the sun's glowing like that.
Leuchten ist. Ich kann hier vorne jetzt wunderbar so das.
And right here I can use the grass as a blurry foreground and the sun as the focal point.
Fixpunkt, genau, danke. Ich hoffe.
I hope this is not too. I mean, it usually works with a single exposure that I have enough dynamic range.
Dynamische Bandbreite hat.
Down to the beach. For this video, by the way, I don't have a proper plan for what I want to video or what I want to talk about. I mean, in most of my videos, I don't do that anyway.
Tue ich das auch nicht?
But for those I usually have a plan, I just don't follow through with. Most of the time, I'll have some sort of concept and I just throw that out of the window, go with what comes and what happens to me. And for this one, at least, I didn't make a plan that I would scrap. I just wanted to head down to the beach and watch the sunset. I mean, look at this, how incredibly beautiful this is. I'll never grow tired and watch the sun sink into the sea. Especially when I got some of these little bushes here in the sand. And right here, you know, I can just make sure that I've got one of the bushes on the bottom right, another bush on the left third line at least, and the horizon on the top third line. I mean, this might not be the most exciting or revolutionary composition. Well, this one's gonna blur out in the first place because I was exposing way too long. I should probably open up the aperture. This looks much better. And the sun's almost completely gone already. What, on the other hand, I can very much grow tired of looking at is this horribly not so pretty big cable that's stretching all across the beach here. Thankfully, it's only temporary and part of our so much needed energy transition from fossil to renewable. So while we're making our way across our energetic future and the beach towards the sea, I'm looking for compositions. Very well aware that I'm always struggling with that when I'm here, because this beach is, well, two things first and foremost. Very broad and flat, so finding subjects or leading lines isn't too easy to begin with. But there are shapes and patterns and they trigger my curiosity. These footprints in the sand form a nice arc to the left that counterplay the arc of the waterline on the right side. But this composition would greatly benefit from a visual anchor, and that's what's lacking here. I think that's nothing here. But the receding water left some tidal patterns and they really sparked my interest. When looking at a photograph, the eye is always looking for some kind of order or texture or structure. If there is not one obvious subject, the eye starts looking for patterns or shapes. So right here I have this play of little pools of water or small rivers, I could say, maybe, and little sandbanks. And maybe that'll give me some kind of abstract photograph. And now if I look at this, I really like this compositionally. It's a pretty simple composition, but I can very well envision this being cropped at the top and the bottom as a kind of panoramic shot that could actually look pretty decent. 35mm f8, ISO 800, about 2-second exposure time. It's getting dark. Time to pack up and head back to the camp. But because the weather's actually playing ball this time, it's just gonna be a short night, because the morning promises to be a really beautiful one. Sleeping in is not an option today. I didn't need an alarm to wake up today, but that's not to say I'm in my full bloom yet. And this early in the morning, my voice isn't up to game yet. So, well, that doesn't matter for this video anyway, because I'm dubbing all this, right? So I think I found an interesting composition. I'm just gonna place my tripod here and check things out. I've got this little tree here, and right behind that tree there's this small maritime tower signpost, and theoretically speaking, right behind that thing the sun should be rising soon, and I can probably use this small tree as the foreground. This is new to me, not having to walk a long distance before I want to shoot anything, so I can't really deal with having some time to spare actually. Alright, I think I found a composition that I really like actually. And I think the 300mm of the long lens really helped me here. Because oftentimes I find myself stuck with wanting to shoot the wider view. And more often than not, I can't really make out a distinct subject or something. Wait a minute. I hope the app that I use to track the sunrise with is actually right, because when I'm being honest, the bright glow indicating where the sun will rise any second, it's much further left.
Als die Ostbake.
I mean, it's a beautiful photograph anyway. I'm just gonna grab that real quick. Especially with birds flying through there, that looks incredible. But I'm really not sure if the sun will actually rise behind that signpost. I mean, the sun's way further. Where would I actually have to be to have the sun behind the signpost? The sun's definitely rising too far to the left. What's that all about now? This is not okay. I need a better app to track the sun. If you've got any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Oh, by the way, I'm constantly hoping that birds are gonna fly through my frame. And they are actually doing that, but always then when I'm just repositioning or reframing the shot or something. So I'm standing right here, and actually I'm just grabbing some B-roll from the small tree over there. And now I'm thinking, well, the sun is rising exactly there. So I might have to reposition myself a bit further over. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna look for a new spot right here.
Ja, zwischen diese beiden, ich weiß nicht, wie man die Dinger nennt. Ja, ich suche mir einfach nochmal einen neuen Platz. Hier.
I know I've said I don't want to constantly shoot the sunrise facing into the sun, but let's face it, it's beautiful. Alright, so I've repositioned myself maybe about 4 meters further over here and placed this bright spot where the sun is pretty surely gonna rise any second now, right under this bush. And these two grass thingies, no clue what they're actually called, to the right. And that's looking pretty decent. I think I'll just grab it like this is, maybe as a silhouette, and I actually captured these two geese. If only they had flown just half a meter higher. That would have been beautiful.
Das hat richtig cool ausgesehen.
Every single time I'm properly surprised how quick the sunrise actually happens. I mean, you can literally watch the sun move across the screen at 300 millimeters.
Wie die Sonne wandert.
Now I would highly appreciate another bird flying through there. Thank you. Now I'm trying my best to get the timing right to have a bird right in front of the sun. I basically pretty harshly underexposed the scenery. These aren't actually sunspots, are you kidding me? I think I could actually capture sunspots with this camera. And now if any bird would have the kindness to fly through there. The thing is, I don't want to stare into the sun all the time because I'm definitely going to get blind from that. But also, I want to be able to guesstimate when I'm going to have a bird in front of the sun. There's so much happening already, there's so many animals up already, and all of that before humans even thought about getting up. That's to say if you're not into shooting sunrises. And that's why I love this so much, because this early in the day there's hardly anyone awake, and you can enjoy this all for yourself.
Ganz für sich alleine genießen.
No, I moved another maybe 2 or 3 meters further over here, excluded the tree out of the composition entirely.
Quasi entfernt aus der Komposition.
I'm gonna place the camera a bit further down so I have all the different layers of the landscape in the frame.
Einzelnen Ebenen von der Landschaft im Vordergrund habe. In unscharf.
Would you look at that? It's such high air humidity that the lens actually collects morning dew.
Beschlägt sozusagen.
The idea of a bird in front of the sun really caught me, and I'm showing patience, lots of patience. Most of the time I screw up the timing though, or the serial shutter doesn't exactly fire when the bird is where I want it to be. It's a nice idea, yes, but eventually I'll have to head back for breakfast and then we gotta continue working. So my vision remains unfulfilled today, but I'm not coming home empty-handed. Thank you for joining me today. If you like, leave me a comment, maybe about your favorite picture. Click the thumb respective to how you like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. I'll see you again soon.